I'm sure you've heard the expression death by 1,000 paper cuts, right? Well, today was exactly like that. I started off really well. I even left on time, but every stop added its indelible mark onto my lapsed time, and I almost ran out of hours. Hey guys, this is Jace and welcome to episode 80 of my road show. Now, we left on time. We were pretty heavy, but we still left on time. Unfortunately, as the day wore on, every time I stopped, it just added time to my crap. I was not happy. By the time I turned the corner and rifle, I was fighting to make it here without running out of hours. Nuts, I tell you, freaking crazy. So Ariella is still broke down. I thought that she was going to be fixed by today, but come to find out, no. They're still looking for this one particular sensor that goes in the DEF system that's making that warning light come on, and everything has to shut down or it derates. And my boss is really freaking mad right now. I mean, he is like losing his crap, mad at my truck. And I don't blame him, because it's like, we didn't have this kind of bullshit with Jacqueline. So this morning I get to pulling out the entire load and I got it stacked up. And I'm like, you know what? Ariella probably wouldn't have liked me putting that on her. She'd have went, but she wouldn't have liked it. So it went on Sam. Now, Sam didn't give a crap because, I mean, Sam's a big bitch. So she didn't give one diddly shit how much stuff I put on her today. So she just stomped up the mountain. It was great. I mean, I love driving Sam, but, she's just not that fast. And I miss that. So I get over Berthoud Pass, go into Woodland Park, and I get to my first stop. And literally every stop today was a time vampire. I left the yard at 9:45 this morning. Now, leaving the yard at 9:45, that's 15 minutes past what I like to leave the yard at, but it's only 15 minutes late, right? So my benchmark is, if I pass the McDonald's in Winter Park by 10:30, I'm on time. That is my benchmark. This morning, I passed it at 11. So by the time I got to that point, I was already half an hour behind. Now, I left the yard 15 minutes behind, and then I got to Winter Park and I was half an hour behind. The reason why I was already behind at that point is because when I got to Dumont to get some fuel, there was like 8 trucks clamoring for pump space. I'm like, oh hell no. And I look at my fuel gauge and I'm like, we have to stop here. There's crap. So I went around to one of the little diesel pumps like that normal pickup trucks should be using, hint hint. And so I was already 15 minutes behind by the time I got that done and went through the scale and went over Berthoud Pass and got into Winter Park. So there was that. I mean, just first thing in the morning, just bam, freaking delays. It's like, dude, come on, man, really? I have expected the scale to pull me out and do a level 1, but I lucked out there at least. So my next stop, Granby, and I look and I'm like, holy crap. Now, if you've been keeping up with my videos for the past month or so, it's like my first stop in Granby is usually like a truck in, a truck out, a truck in and 3 trucks out. There's like helicopters waiting to drop the stuff and people digging from under and oh my God, shit's coming in from China, and like the freight cars and the airplanes. Today it was just a dude in the yard, and so I pull up in the thing and get unloaded, and we're looking for this one thing because it was one of the returns that I had to pick up. And so returns is a whole nother section of this video. Don't get me started right now. So I got out of there. I had all 4 stops in Steamboat. Now, the first stop in Steamboat was literally one board, and the receiver was like, "What the hell is this?" I was like, "Shut up, bro, you ordered it. I brought it, so get it off my truck, we're out of here." So that wasn't a time vampire, at least. Now the second stop, no, that didn't take me very long either. It was the third stop. I drive up to the third stop, and there's a truck in the yard and 2 trucks out of the yard. And I'm like, you know what? Nope. So I went to my 4th stop, where like all of the normal lumber trucks never go to, because they're just a door shop. They're not a lumber yard. So I drive over there, I get unloaded, and then I come back to this other lumber yard, and oh my God, it's like magic. It's like all the trucks have disappeared. So I got my stuff unloaded, and I'm looking at my clock. I'm watching my clock. I'm like, all right, if I leave here, it takes me precisely 3 hours to get to Clifton. So I'm looking at my watch. I'm looking at my ELD. I'm like, okay, so we've probably got 45 minutes to spare. So we freaking bail. We're gone. Get all the way down to past Meeker, and they've got that road construction. And I kind of thought that was gonna take, maybe 15 minutes. No. They decide that they're gonna close the road so they can let these dump trucks come through and dump. I don't know what they're doing. It's like these dump trucks just dumping dirt, and they keep coming. It's like a line of them. So we're there for like half an hour, and I'm just like, dude, I'm fixing to run out of hours. So by the time I hit the corner and rifle, I had a 15-minute window. So I turned the corner and rifle, and I hammered down, and I didn't stop for nothing. I'm like, I don't care if there's baby strollers with babies in the middle of the road. I am rolling out of here. I get here, I've got 13 minutes of ops, 13 minutes of drive, 13 minutes of shift. And I left Denver only 15 minutes late. It drives me crazy when crap like that happens. But you know what? It is what it is. So, I mean, today was bound and determined to run me out of hours, but I succeeded despite it. So I told you what all today's stops were. So tomorrow's stops are 1 here in town, here in Grand Junction, 2 in Glenwood, 1 in Aspen. I have 1 in Breckenridge. I have a pickup in Breckenridge. Then I have 1 in Silverthorne, and I also have a pickup in Silverthorne. And then I can go home. Unfortunately, with all of my coworkers' pickups, it's gonna be a long day, but we'll get it done. Anyway, that's all I got for you tonight. See you in the next video.